Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 7th grade concept of operational word problems. This is standard 7.3b in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 1 off the 2019 released STAAR test. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and then we will look at our answers together. So Fatima paid for 5 pallets of grass. So slight trick here is that each pallet of grass is $129.95, but then the $76.20 that she's paying for delivery is for everything altogether. It's not per pallet of grass. So that is going to be important for us to keep in mind. So let's just draw a strip diagram to see what is going on. We're looking for the total. So that's our total. And it looks like we're going to have 6 different chunks here. I'm just going to go ahead and draw them proportionally, even though I know they're not. That's just visually kind of the easiest way for me to do it. So each pallet of grass is going to be $129.95. So I'm going to repeat that 5 times because there are 5 pallets of grass, $129.95. In that last box, that's where I'm going to put my delivery of $76.20. So this is a strip diagram representing what I need to do in order to find this total. If I wanted to, I can add. I mean, you really can if you really want to. You can just make a really long vertical addition, but that's a lot to add. I'm just going to do it in 2 chunks. So let's just do this. Let me just do my $129.95. There's 5 of them. So let me just multiply that by 5. Figure out what that sum is. When we multiply decimals, we just ignore the decimal, right? We just pretend it's 12,995 times 5. The decimal comes back at the end. So 5 and 5 is 25. 9 and 5 is 45. Add the 2, that's 47. 9 and 5 is 45. Add the 4. We got 49. 5 and 2 is 10. Add the 4. It's 14. 5 and 1 is 5. Add the 1 is 6. This is where decimal comes back in. So I've got 2 digits behind the decimal in my factor. I need 2 digits behind the decimal in my product. So 649.75, which makes sense, right? So I had about, $129.95 is about 130. It's really, really close. So you multiply that by 5, right? You're going to get 15. 650 is really close. I'm 25 cents off, which makes sense because each of these is 5 cents less than 130. So that's on track. Now I just need to take my 76.20. Obviously, we're lining things up. Here's my delivery fee, is this 76.20. Let's add this up, and that is going to be 5, 9, 15. That's 12. So 725.95. So here's the trick, if there is a trick. When you're multiplying decimals, you don't worry about lining them up. You just multiply and you deal with the decimal at the end. When you add or subtract decimals, you do need to line them up. So you kind of switch how you treat decimals. Now, the reason I say that's kind of the trick is some might think that the 76.20 is for every single piece of grass there, every single pallet. So what if I were to add this $129.95 and this 76.20? Let me just see what that would be. 5, 11, 16, that's going to be 10, 206.15, right? And then, if I were to multiply all of that by 5, add in the delivery per each one. So that's going to be 7, that's 30, that's 3, and that's 10. Yeah, that looks familiar. So this is where D comes from, in case you're wondering. D comes from adding in the delivery for each one. This 649.75 is our subtotal without looking at the delivery, but our answer here is A.